In the 2 spot, the pitcher for today's game, Isaiah Salinas. The third baseman, Luis Varela in third, and Austin Elam. First base, first varsity start at first base for Austin. He will be not behind the plate. His typical position, it's going to be Colton Plankenhorn who will do the catching duties for Isaiah Salinas. Batting in the 5th spot, Ethan Gomez over at second base. Chase McGraw there at shortstop. Cole Hopkins gets his first varsity start of his career in left field, and Emilio Zunt rounds out the Garden City himself in center field. The lineup that Isaiah Salinas will be tasked with facing today is going to be matched with Cooper Sanders, the leadoff man, Braden Dreyer over at first base, Derek Riggs in the 3rd spot. Catching today, Lex Loomis, younger brother of Brock Loomis, who lit up Garden City on Thursday afternoon. He had a really good game 1 of 5 RBIs. Will be the DH spot, Carson Spray, the 3rd baseman today. Gage Pop-Porter in left field, Will Kidorit in center field, Carter Graham in right field, and Jack Weimer will be over at second base. Cooper Sanders up to bat from the right side. Salinas' first pitch is cut on and missed. We are underway officially at 3:57 p.m. Game time temperature of the first pitch, 66 degrees. Thanks so much for tuning in this afternoon for Buffalo Baseball here on 99.9 The Rock. Lefty Salinas is out ahead, 0-2 to the leadoff man, Cooper Sanders. Isaiah Salinas has been superb on the mound for Garden City this season. This is 4th appearance, 3rd start, and he's out ahead 0-2. Sanders gives it a ride towards right field. It's going to barely drift out of the infield on the outfield-infield dirt fringe. There's the second baseman, Gomez, to secure the first out of the game. 1 away in the top half of the 1st inning.
At the plate for Hayes, number 14, Braden Dreyer.
Braden Dreyer up next. First lefty-on-lefty matchup of the afternoon. This is a doubleheader. 7 innings in game 1, 7 innings in game 2. And there's a called strike. Dreyer gave a little bit of a wave with the bat, but did not commit. It's across the plate either way. Salinas has 4 straight strikes. Next pitch on the way from Salinas. This off, first ball of the afternoon for Isaiah. Last appearance for Salinas, a 5-inning game 1 against Goodland. Did not receive a decision. Garden City actually lost the game a little bit later. There's a great called strike on the top corner. Out in front, 1-2. Second batter of the afternoon for Hayes, Braden Dreyer. Isaiah in that game, though, 14 strikeout victims. He has really dominated on the mound in the early part. Off-speed pitch, swung on way out in front to the first baseman, Elam, and there's the first time Austin touches the ball from first base, and looking like a natural fit over there as he goes for the scoop, takes it himself, waves off Salinas, and there are 2 gone in the top half of the 1st inning. Derek Riggs, the catcher, will try to keep the inning alive from the right side. Salinas has faced 41 batters, now 44. And he has struck out 28 of them. Nearly half the batters he's faced have been strikeout victims. In fact, over half the batters he's faced have been strikeout victims. That's why his talents are being jostled for by so many junior colleges, a few Division II universities as well. Of course, Garden City Community College in on the Isaiah Salinas sweepstakes. We'll see what Isaiah ends up looking to do. Certainly can't wait for that decision. He's out in front, 0-1 on Riggs. Make it 1-1 and a good miss from Isaiah. Middle infield back. Elam. Valera also back a bit. Missed down low for Salinas. Artificial turf in the infield here in Clint Leitner. That put in 2013. Ballpark initially dedicated in 1920. Bottom half of the 1st inning from Clint Leitner, 1-2-3. Isaiah Salinas quickly moving to the top of the order for the Hayes Indians. They'll head back out to the field And it is going to be Greg Hughes on the mound for the Hayes Indians. The right-hander steps up top, gets a couple of warm-up throws in. Garden City will offer Hayden Bailey, Isaiah Salinas, and Luis Varela 1, 2, 3 to start this inning for the Buffaloes. In 5 games this season, Hayden Bailey hitting 200, 2 RBIs, 7 runs, leads the team in stolen bases with 6 and an OPS of 600. And for the walks, couple of Ks. Best game of the year, though, back on March 24th in Game 1. Went 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs. Can't wait for Hayden Bailey to see his growth. First year playing varsity baseball. Previously a contributor of the Garden City Buffalo JV team. Already an offer and a commitment. Play for head coach Caleb Cox over at Garden City Community College next year. Coach Cox seeing the value in the right-handed bat of Hayden Bailey without any varsity experience. Tells you about the commitment to Hayden Bailey and what he has already presented himself in the summer. Also, Coach Reich noting that he could be a key to get this offense going. Bailey only 3 hits on the year. All 3 of them have been to left center. So
Garden City, number 20, Hayden Bailey.
Works the pull side of the field quite a bit. And when you play Clint Leitner, it's not going to result in very many home runs, but it might result in a couple of doubles, triples, just because of the hefty length out in left. Takes a ball low at the knees. Greg Hughes, his first pitch, a miss. Hayes went 1, 2, 3 in the order. As the wind continues to howl. Clint Leitner, there's another miss this time into the turf. And I say turf because home plate's surrounded by artificial turf. Garden City, Kansas City logo right behind home plate. Here's the 2-0. Bailey chops it towards third. Picked up by the third baseman, Spray. The throw on to first in time. And the first Buffalo batter of the afternoon is set down via a 5-3 ground out. Isaiah Salinas up next for Garden City. So batting 200 this season.
Isaiah Salinas.
Isaiah with the only home run for Garden City so far this year. Lefty threw over the right field fence. First game of the year back on March 24th. Victory for Garden City. Love similar production. He takes a breaking ball in the zone for a called strike 1. Long delivery from Hughes. Salinas towards first. No play to be made there, rather just the one play to be made, and it's by the first baseman, Braden Dreyer, who fields and steps on the bag for 1 out.
For Garden City, number 17, Luis Varela.
3 pitches, 3 outs, rather 2 outs. Rather efficient work for Greg Hughes on the mound. Luis Varela, the third spot, most consistent hitter so far this season for the Buffaloes. 450 outside of Austin Elam, who's in the cleanup spot. He'd love to get Varela on, give Elam a chance to bring him in. 1-0. This one shot towards right field. It'll get out of the infield, but playable out in right. Graham underneath as he camps out. And a quick first inning. That in nearly record time. 8 minutes is all that it took to get through 6 outs. And the Buffaloes back to the diamond. Isaiah Salinas back to the bump when we're back in 30. You're listening to Buffalo Baseball on 99.9 The Rock. Scoreless after 1 in Garden City. Come on, Eileen, to bring us back for the top half of the second inning. 8 minutes to record 6 outs, 3 apiece from each team. Both teams jumping on the baseball. Fly out, ground out, and a strikeout for Hayes. Garden City, meanwhile, 2 ground outs and a fly out. That's it. There has not been a whole lot of action so far as a hit yet. Blues just 6 outs. Top half of the second inning, though. Garden City and Hayes' first matchup of the season. 1 of 2. His 2 teams splitting last year. A 1-1 series split even. That was at Hayes. Indians took game 1 14-3. Garden City responded with a game 2 win 16-10. Lex Loomis, today's designated hitter in the 4 spot. Lefty gets set. Salinas deals up high. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Lex Loomis, younger brother of Brock Loomis, who plays for Butler Community College. 5 RBIs, including a 3-run home run and a 2-run double. That in game number 1, and Isaiah a little bit of a bender there, trying to catch the inner top corner, could not get the call. Count remains 1-1. Loomis a little bit extra taller as well. That zone probably up just a touch than you'd typically see at the high school level. Shoots this straight back off the front facing of the overhang in Clint Leitner Field. Wind continuing to blow right around 20 miles an hour out of the south. It'll keep a lot of lofted balls in play and away from home run potential today. We've seen it play a completely different way when you talk about Williams Stadium, where the Garden City Community College Broncbusters play, because that points to the north, this field pointing towards the southeast. 1-2 count. That's in for a called strike, and it's dropped by Plankenhorn. Easy toss down to Austin Elam. Drop third strike, back-to-back Ks. This one looking for Isaiah Salinas.
At the plate for the Indians, number 43, Carson Spray.
Numbers for Isaiah Salinas this season, 28 strikeouts, now 30 over that 30 mark for the left-handed senior. 1 away, top of the second. Great called strike. Salinas is finding the zone. Carson Spray ready to go here. Big righty. Blankenhorn sets up outside. This flown straight back to the netting. Boy, if that netting or window in front of me wasn't here, I'd be wearing that baseball right now. Had a heater off the bat. Good foul. 0-2. Outfield playing in. Probably a good call with the way the wind is coming out of the south. 0-2 for Salinas. Ooh, could not draw the corner. Even his misses have barely missed by that much. It's the 5th batter of the game. Salinas so far 4 up, 4 down. 1-2. Swung, driven towards right field. It's going to get deep. Will it get over the wall? It will not. It is going to be a ground rule double. Never saw that ball actually come down because there is a pylon, and now it is considered a home run. So it clears the fence. The confusion was because there's a big artboard of sponsors out in right field. That's a tough place to hit the ball out where it was hit. Especially with the wind, that a shot from Carson Spray for the first run of the game. And a little bit of an announcer's jinx there. Kind of set that one up for Spray to hit the homer. But just a solo home run, so no harm, no foul outside of that. There's still 1 out. Hayes out in front in the top half of the second inning, 1-0 over Garden City. Salinas' first hit allowed. First run, of course. Inside swing and a miss for Gage Porter. A little righty for Salinas to attack. Out left field today. Called strike. Clint Leitner Field always playing host to Garden City High School baseball in the early spring. Garden City win baseball in the late spring to midsummer. 1-2, cut on and miss. 3rd K of the day for Salinas. The second swinging, and a great response there for the senior after giving up the home run. 2 away now.
At the plate, number 26, Will Cataract.
Will Cataract, our outfielder. 3rd straight right-handed bat in the lineup. In for a called strike. Salinas working quick. Now the windup. Black glove, black left-handed armband. There's a great pitch in for a called strike. Blankenhorn looks to the dugout. That's the pitch call. Delivers to Salinas. He agrees. Comes the windup on the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Garden City gets out of the inning. 3 strikeouts. Salinas strikes out the side, but does give up the solar bomb to Carson. It's 1-0. Bottom the bottom half of the second. It'll be Blankenhorn and Gomez. And we come back 30-30. Garden City goes down to 1-0. They have a pitcher's duel on our hands. That's yet to be seen. Through 1 inning, Hayes, rather than an inning and a half, Hayes leading Garden City. The big blast from Carson Spray with 1 out in the top of the second is all that separates this game from being tied. Greg Hughes returns to the mound after pitching a 1-2-3 inning. Garden City jumping all over Hughes early in the count and attacking. Hayden Bailey a ground out. Salinas also a ground out and a fly out from Varela. Elam, Colden Blankenhorn, and Ethan Gomez, the 3 due up for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the second.
Number 10, the first baseman, Austin Elam.
Elam, the highest OPS, most hits on the team so far, 9 for 20 this season, nearly batting a perfect 500. 3 RBIs, 4 runs, a stolen base mixed in with 2 doubles, 6 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Right-hander over at first base for the first time in his Garden City Buffalo career, takes a called strike on the breaking ball. Austin typically more so a pull hitter. A lot of contact to right field.
It's showing 12 minutes in.
There's a
Everything's showing on mine.
pitch low for a ball. 1-1. Called breaking ball. Hughes has gotten a couple of strikes called on that off-speed pitch, the breaking ball. And this is chopped towards left in the air. It's going to get foul. Good off the bat. And just a step into the dirt.
Number 27, Colden Blankenhorn.
Just 1 game this season for Colden. It's 1 for 3. 2 RBIs, a run, a walk, and a strikeout. And he gives this good contact. Out towards left, playable. Porter underneath the contact. Out towards left, playable. Porter underneath to make the grab. Give the Buffaloes credit. They're out attacking early.
Number 6, Ethan Gomez.
Gomez will try to be the first Buffalo to reach. Right-hander gets set. Sees a lot of action out in the field, and he's out in front on the off-speed. Greg Hughes does not throw very hard, but he locates well. The off-speed is what is really hurting Garden City through their first 5 batters. Gomez fouls this back towards the right. They'll get out of play. Look out. If you're down by the artificial batting cages, down right field. 0-2 for Hughes. Still not a strikeout yet today. Gomez calls time, steps out. Home plate umpire acknowledges. Now we say game on. Hughes still from the windup. Brings it across. Slow pitch. Pitch low in the dirt. 2-2, count to even. Ball low once again, 3-2. There's a called strike to Gomez. It's dropped, picked up, thrown down to first. Moved to the bottom of the rather top half of the third. A strikeout. And that is how Garden City is set down in order. Gomez takes the strikeout. It'll be back to the Hayes side of things. Graham Weimer lineup card turns over. Sanders sets us up in the top half of the third inning. We're back in a moment. It's Garden City Baseball on 99.9 The Rock. Welcome back to Clint Leitner Field. If you were not hearing us prior, we are back and should be live. A little technical difficulty there getting us through. It is 1-0, Hayes leading Garden City in the top half of the third inning. One run on the board, a solo blast from Carson Spray, that back in the second inning. Carter Graham now leading things off, the right fielder today for the Indians. First at bat for him, Isaiah Salinas has been really good outside of that solo home run. Only run that's been given up. Isaiah already out 0-1 to Carter Graham. Here's a delivery. Called strike again for Salinas. Efficient work for Isaiah, and that's what it's all about at the high school level. Pitch count and that limiter in place. It can decide how much or how little you can be used throughout a span of days. And there is a little bit of a cross-up between the signs right now. Colton Plankenhorn, first time working with Isaiah Salinas behind the plate. Typically the battery mate Austin Elam and Isaiah Salinas. And Isaiah takes the cap off, calls time. Plankenhorn comes out to the mound. Here comes the lefty. Delivery on the 0-2. Struck out, swung on, and missed. Carter Graham way out in front. It's the fourth strikeout. Check it. The fifth strikeout for Isaiah Salinas today. 5 of the last 6 hitters for Hayes have gone down via the strikeout. Now this pitch runs inside, nearly hits the 9-hitter, Jack Weimer. Weimer, outstanding basketball player for the Indians in the wintertime. Western Athletic Conference selection for his efforts on the hardwood. It's a head 2-0. Rare we've seen Isaiah Salinas get behind, and then Weimer swings out of his shoes trying to make contact with Isaiah Salinas' 2-0 pitch. It's going to go down as a strike, 2-1. Base is empty, 1 out. Weimer, shot towards right field, but foul. Right fielder Bailey will not even move. Just let it go out of play. 2-2, Salinas has worked himself back to an even count. 1 away at the top of the third. 9-hitter Jack Weimer is up. Isaiah only facing 1 more than the minimum thus far. 3-2. 1 out. Garden City yet to put anything in play that gets down and allows a base runner. 6 up, 6 down. 3-2, curveball in for a called strike. Weimer never saw it coming And that's the 6th strikeout through the first time through for Isaiah Salinas.
The shortstop, Cooper Sanders.
This is not anything that Isaiah Salinas has not done yet this year. He had 14 in 5 innings against Goodland, that back on Friday night on March 31st. Fouled straight back. Sanders, a fly-out victim to second base. Popped it straight up in the infield. Ethan Gomez over there made the play to start this game. Blankenhorn sets up outside. Sanders tries to butt down the third base line. Varela comes after it with the glove. There'll be no play. It's an infield single with 2 outs for Cooper Sanders. And that's simply just a heads-up play by Sanders. Looked down the third baseline, saw the third baseman Varela back a couple of extra steps, and it's obviously hard for the left-handed throwing Isaiah Salinas to get to the left side. The momentum pulling him off the mound towards first base. Great play to break up the streak for Isaiah Salinas. Sanders is over at first, the first base runner that has been on base and not come around to score, the only other base runner via solo home run. Salinas quick pickoff attempt over there. Elam gives a emphatic tag as it was just a bit late. Sanders, the second Indian to reach today. Dreyer grounded out to Elam. Ooh, close play at first base. Second pickoff attempt. Still no pitch across the plate to the left-handed hitting Dreyer. 2 gone. Second Hayes hit on infield single. Called strike, the first pitch to Dreyer here. Oh, 1. Dreyer ducks low. Salinas keeps his eyes over at first. Pitch is high. 1-1. Isaiah kept his eye on first base for, let's say, 75% plus of that windup. You could see the location of the baseball way up, an uncharacteristic pitch for Isaiah Salinas. Not too many balls thrown out of the zone. 1-1. Keeping a close eye on Sanders over at first. Runner goes. Throw from Blankenhorn is off the bag to the left and broken up by McGraw, so it stays in the infield. A stolen base though to Cooper Sanders. Throw was just a touch to the left and probably a pace or 2 behind. 1-2 though, called strike. Salinas can attack here and get 1 strike to end the inning. Garden City hoping to strand its first runner of the day. Top of the third, 1-0, Hayes leading the Buffaloes. 1 man on, and Blankenhorn and Salinas off the page again. Second time this inning, Blankenhorn's had to come behind the dish, from behind the dish, and go talk to Salinas on the mound. First time these two have worked together this year. Austin Elam in the field for the first time. Over at first base, getting his first varsity start there at first. This Colton Blankenhorn's first varsity start behind the dish. 1-2. At second, Cooper Sanders reached on an infield single. Here comes the 1-2. Isaiah trying to paint the corner with the curve. Couldn't get it to curve enough. Colton Blankenhorn, just a freshman behind the plate. Called third strike though for Isaiah Salinas. And Isaiah strikes out the side for the second straight inning. Does allow 1 base runner. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on. And it's off to the bottom of the third. Garden City still looking for its first hit of the game. We keep things moving in this 7-inning formatted game 1 of 2 games today. First, the Hayes Indians at Clint Leitner Field. Beautiful day for baseball. 99.9 The Rock here for Garden City Baseball back in 30 when we come back.